Hello everyone, welcome to a lap guide for the Fuji without the chicane layout, and let's get into it. So coming into the first hairpin, the 150 board is for me the perfect reference for braking. You want to stick very close to the grass here and brake along the curb as well to help open up the turn, braking around 70% or so. Of course, going for the late apex. I'm cutting inside the green part, inside of the curb here. It can help you gain a little bit of time. You can also take a line outside of this curb just along it. It's a little safer because there's a slowdown here the closer you get to this bollard here, which this bollard is my reference for my throttle. Just before it, I want to start picking it up. Tracking out wide here using everything. Just want to make sure you're keeping a whole tire on this part of the curb so you don't get the off track. And then immediately we're bringing the car back to the right to travel the shortest distance. Again, using all of the curb here to help open up, and between the 50 and the 100, I'm looking, that's where my braking reference is. Basically like just before this little yellow marking on the right. Yeah, right here. Not braking too hard here, and I'm also trailing off quite quickly to carry lots of speed into this corner. I'm aiming to start picking up the power just before I get onto this curb because it's quite aggressive here and it kind of unsettles the car a little bit. So by going on the power, it's a little more stable because it lifts the front. And then coming onto the exit using all of the available track here, you can go really wide here. However, before the end of the curb, you need to make sure at least your left tires are back over the white line because you'll get the off track if you just stay over here. So we're immediately bringing the car back over. It's a little bumpy here as well. And then for this long right-hander, we have this pit exit road, and basically when it's just disappearing in my view, so just after, like when the grass is beginning, that's when I'm lifting off and just really letting the car roll and being patient. You don't really want to mess with the throttle here too much. You're just going to upset the balance and just lose time. You want to have really clean inputs in this section. I'm even going a little bit into the grass here. It kind of helps pull the car in, really taking kind of a tight line. There's no reason to be out here. There's less grip and you're just going to travel longer way and you lose a lot of time. I'm using a little bit of brake too, just to help with a tiny bit of rotation. Not much though, like 1 or 2%, really nothing. Late downshift to third to carry the speed, bringing the car back, aiming towards this white line kind of, and where you have this part of the track next to the grass, you want to utilize this. But just as we're approaching this section here, that's when I'm picking up the throttle. So this end of this barrier, the little orange, it's a good reference point for that. Kind of patiently picking up the power too. You don't want to slam it and end up too wide here. If you track out like here, then you're really going to compromise this corner and it's not good. Ideally, you can even be a little more to the left here, but I wouldn't really go past the beginning of these tire marks. But anyways, I'm bringing the car back to the right again, and in between the 150 is my braking reference, more so towards that this yellow marking as well. And again, using the curb for the braking, but you just want to be on this part of the curb. You want to avoid this gray part because it has a way of really unsettling the car under braking, and the car can snap on you if you're not careful. So just use the red and white part. Don't go over here. Here as well, you want to be really aiming for the end of this yellow sausage curb. So you want to get your left tire in between that and the curb I missed it a little bit here. It cost me a little bit of time, probably, maybe half-tenth. Tracking out completely wide here. Just make sure you're keeping your tires on this curb. And all through here, just traveling the shortest distance on the right-hand side. You'll, save you a little bit of time. No need to be to the left, of course. Now, coming into the fast right here. Maybe it's a little better to see from the cockpit. There, my braking reference is right here, where this kind of rubbered in part of the white line ends, and it's there's more fresh, I guess, painted line here. That's my braking reference. Say if you're in traffic and you can't really see this, then you have this orange barrier, or this orange part of the barrier here. It's basically in line here, so if you have traffic, you can use this if you're on the right-hand side. Not braking quite hard initially, but trailing off quickly. Well, not that hard, maybe like 50%, but as you can see, I'm really trailing off quite quickly and holding a little bit of trail brake. You can really carry lots of speed into this corner. And also, I'm cutting just the red and white curb. You can use a bit of the orange, but it's a little more unstable, and I honestly wouldn't recommend it over the course of a race, because if you hit it wrong, you can really be sent wide here. Because even just taking the red and white curb, it's quite aggressive. As you can see, it's bottoming out here. Tracking out wide, even using the grass a little bit, no problem. Coming into here, my braking reference is basically this white rectangle, or just past the beginning of this curb here. We're also aiming the car, really attacking the corner here. You're just going to lose time if you're opening it up this way. There's no need. You can gain lots of time on the entry here. Down to second gear, and you really want to cut this green part. It saves you a lot of time. Going around this curb over it is a lot slower. So again, you want to be on the power before this bollard, but you don't want to touch this. It can give you a slowdown if you're not careful. Tracking out wide here, but avoiding these yellow sausage curbs. You can basically just about kiss it on the end here. That's about it, no more. Otherwise, you'll be sent flying. And here, just as this pavement and the green portion here is ending, is when I start lifting and braking. Very gently, very gentle braking here. You don't want to brake hard. You want to be really patient. And if you're on single monitor, it's quite hard to see, but the apex of what I'm doing is you can kind of see this darker used rubbered line. This can kind of help guide you if you're struggling. You really don't want to overshoot this corner because you just gain so much time on the delta. And also you want to really want to cut this more than I did a little bit. You can gain time. It'll allow you to get on the power sooner. And also just staying in second gear throughout this whole segment. Again, avoiding the yellow sausage curbs, especially this one. And for the final corner, there's not really a clear reference for braking here. I'm kind of really just doing it more by feel, to be honest. But what you can do is use this end of this exit road and this white line, and basically somewhere in between here is when you want to begin your braking. But really, I'm just kind of judging it. Again, very light braking. Being patient on the entry. You'll gain a lot more time on the exit here. You don't really want to be too tight. You also don't need to be way out here, more like middle of the track, I would say. Really holding the trail brake in the lower percentages all the way till you apex. I would even get closer here if you can to this white line. Again, avoiding the sausage curbs. I mean, you don't have to do this, but I just like to straddle this curb until the end. You don't have to though. And that's it. That's a lap guide for Fuji without the chicane. Hope this was helpful, and good luck for the week.